Everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I've just been really busy out in the garden. I'm getting ready. Spring's basically here now, so I've been doing so much out there, which I'll share with you in another video. I do have a garden update for you in this one, but I also wanted to share with you a lot of the stuff I've been doing with all the clay and the modeling clay, making things, and I've also tried taking some photos and doing some still life. So I've got some of that for you. At the end will be a garden update, and I did some filming of a storm coming in and some rain. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the clay things. The pots have come back from my friend Lene. They've all been fired or bisque fired. And so now I can have a go at glazing them. I'll show you what they look like before they go back and are fired again. So while I was up picking up my ceramic pieces the other day, the ones that I've just had fired, bisque fired, you can see I've started glazing them. Some of them have already gone to be, they've been glazed, and they should be coming out of the kiln fairly soon. But while I was there talking to my friend Lene, who I'll put a link in the bottom, she suggested that I get out some of those pieces that I sort of showed you last week, the ceramic pieces that I made for my kitchen and for my other exhibition work, and maybe try glazing them as well, because they've just been bisque fired, so I can glaze them and fire them again. So I've been going through and getting a few things. So here's a cup and saucer. I've got quite a few bowls, and here there's a coffee cup and some other bowls. So there's quite a few different bowls and some latte cups or glasses. So I'm just going to try glazing this stuff and getting it fired, and then we'll see what it looks like. But let's just go over to the sink because I've been washing it. Just hang on a minute. So here you can see some more things. I've got an old perfume bottle. I've got more perfume bottles somewhere, but I haven't been able to find them yet. Some tins, a bottle. So we're just going to try glazing all of this stuff and seeing what it looks like in photos. Okay. The stuff has come back from being fired with the glaze on them. So let's just have a quick look. It's one of the bowls. One of the things that always amazes me is how much they shrink when they're fired. So it's got some sort of interesting effects. I mean, I've got to admit I didn't really know what I was doing when I was doing these. So you can sort of see a drip on that one. I love the black and how much it's come out. It's been really interesting. This one here I was sort of playing around. I'm not really sure about this one. It's got a little crack in it. I don't know if you can see that on the other side. But that's one of the things you get when you're firing stuff in a kiln. So I've got these 4. So now that I've got these, I can go ahead and glaze the other ones. I'm not sure when they're going to be fired. Probably not for a week or 2, maybe longer. And then we'll see how they come out.
It began at the beginning, where I stood with you in the night. It begins, the light from the middle, where
once all the things were made and glazed and ready to go, it was time to take some photos. So I set up a small still life in my lounge room, or on my dining room table to be more exact, to try and work out how to do them. I went with something fairly easy. I bought some strawberries and then I made some pancakes, which you'll see soon, and I just had a go. Lighting is so important, so I was trying to take care of that, but also composition. Styling is not really that strong with me, so trying to get that right can be really, really hard. But as you can see here, I just played around with them, and at the end of these videos I'll show you some photos. But also I wanted to point out that in the last video I showed you, I was showing you the things that I made from molds, and I also thought I'd have a go at doing a couple of photos with those. So I've got a couple of those photos for you as well.
I was new here, I was real. It was all enough till it all ran out, and I looked within. I was found again. I returned to center. I returned to center. I returned to center again. It began at the beginning, where I stood with you.
So this week I've been doing a lot of work in the garden. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but there's now 6 beds here, plus these 2 which are in massive grow bags. So I've just done these 3 here. I've filled them up with logs and mulch, and I have topped them off with some soil. So we're supposed to be getting a really big storm today, so I'm going to wait for the rain, and then I've got some more soil out the front to top it up once it kind of sort of packs down a bit. You can see this one here has packed down heaps, and I probably should have done the same thing with this. So when this one empties out a bit, I'll do the same. I don't know if you can tell, but it's really windy here today. Oh, I've left my gloves out here. I wonder where the other one went. Anyway, yesterday I planted, I had some seedlings in my little faux greenhouse. So I planted them. So I've got some snow peas here, and over there are some green beans. Green beans, I took the seeds from some beans that I grew. Wasn't really sure they'd work, but I guess we'll see. One of the things I've learnt from last season is that you need to grow a lot more of some things and not too much of others. So I've got 6 snow pea plants here. So hopefully that'll give me a better crop than a couple of days at a time. And then I'll have more to put in salads and that kind of stuff. I won't have to wait a few days to collect some. This is my cabbage and cauliflower. I don't know what's happening with them. I've always thought I couldn't grow food, so maybe I can't. And over here we can see in the sun the raspberries are coming up. I can't wait for the raspberries. This is the bed that was not very good and fell apart, and so I've done probably a pretty dodgy job of putting it back together, but it'll do, it works. We'll see how we go. I might have to put some of those thick posts around the other corners though to make sure it doesn't happen there. Okay. The cheap greenhouse that I bought. It was worth the money in the aspect that I got to see what it was like and whether I like having a kind of greenhouse, which I do. But this one, it's just falling apart. It's obviously not level, but it's so easy for the shelves to come apart and things like that, and getting everything really good has been really hard. I'm kind of glad I only paid $70 for it. Potatoes, which I haven't been having a lot of luck with, but I got a whole heap of new potatoes the other day and I've planted more. So we'll see what happens. Out the front I've also got some potatoes in some potato bags. We'll see. And if we go over here, my mandarin tree, I have trimmed back. Hopefully I didn't kill it, but I trimmed it back, or pruned it back quite a bit because it was just too big to manage, and I probably do need to net it because something was liking the fruit on it, besides us. And down here's my cherry tree, which is starting to come back to life. And over here you can see the nectarine tree has been blossoming. It's so nice. Be nice to have fruit. Leaves are starting to grow on it. And further down is the apricot tree. No blossoms, but it is growing, so we might not get any fruit on it this year, but that's okay. It's all going to be patience. But I've been slowly cleaning up and trying to make this whole area look better. It's taking its time, but we'll get there. I've got a load of mulch coming next week to put on the ground between all the beds, so hopefully that'll help with the snails too. But I want to show you something. Look at these boards I found. I found them. They used to be around the bottom of my studio. They're kind of old and they need a bit of a clean, and could be full of spiders, who knows, but I'm thinking they could be good for some still life photography to put things on top of. Might give it a go later when it's raining.
Polaroids all scattered across the dusty floor in the backseat of my Chevy 58, along with bits of candy wrappers. Looking back to when our castle was a shack, vacation was making figure eights in the parking lot. Remember when we used to forgive more than we forgot? Wasn't like we didn't work hard enough. I'm trying to hold on to all the things that we did right. But how could I forget about you leaving? Since my heart has never stopped bleeding, all that I can see is that I lost you.
I hope you enjoyed that this week. I'm going to try and get a bit better at doing this. I'm kind of been really confused with how to do these videos, whether you guys just want to see my photography, or, you know, the problem is I'm not just a photographer, I do lots and lots of things. So I've just decided to go with the flow, and you're just going to see what I'm doing. Being a housewife, it's a message on my phone. So part of that's being a housewife, it's trying to be self-sufficient, and it's also being an artist. So it's going to be a combination of all three of those things from here on in, I think. I just can't stick with one topic. I just feel like I'm letting some people down if I do that, and letting myself down because I'm not just one thing. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to leave it here for this week, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye. Enjoy your week.
All that I can see is that I lost you then. Looking for a reason to forgive you. Sometimes I even wanna be with you, just to hear you say that it's alright now. I'm tearing down this wall, tearing down this wall. I'm tearing